Hi again and welcome to my YouTube channel where we discuss everything mental health. Lately we've been discussing the narcissistic family, and today we are going to talk about the narcissistic sibling. If you're not familiar with the word narcissist, kindly revisit the video where I've described who is a narcissist. So today we are discussing the narcissistic sibling. This is a sibling who no one talks about. This video will help you understand if you are a narcissistic sibling. Narcissistic siblings impact your adult life. Remember, siblings are people we grow up with from 0 age up to the point you leave home, get married. So the effect of the narcissistic sibling impacts your life a lot because you grow up with them. Many years you're with your siblings. It's painful because they are the closest family members you have from 0 age. Apart from the parents, your siblings happen to be amongst the very close relatives that you have. And so it's sad if your sibling is narcissistic because it becomes a nightmare for you. You can't get away from them. You may not be able to get away from them. These are siblings who probably were once your friends if they were not narcissists from the word go. Chances are you were friends once upon a time until they changed and developed narcissistic characters. And consequently, you may grieve. You may grieve the loss of friendship. It may be traumatizing. You have memories and you may reminisce a lot about the times and the years that you had because you had a bond. And so you agonize trying to get that old bond back. It may be possible, or sometimes it may not be possible because half the time narcissists don't change. They don't realize that they are narcissists. And I always say, never try to call out, never try to call out a narcissist. You will get nowhere. It can be very agonizing trying to get that bond back. So what are the signs of a narcissistic sibling? One, entitlement. They are very, very entitled. They are also very loyal to the parents. Most of the time, the narcissistic child is also the golden child. If you have not understood the golden child, please refer to the previous video where we discussed the golden child. So most of the time, the narcissistic sibling is normally the golden child because remember, they have been elevated so high, so they feel entitled. They are actually second to the parent. They feel bad when you decide to walk away. When you finally grow up and get your life, they feel bad because they no longer have a hold of you. The narcissistic sibling is the one who is jealous when you succeed, is jealous when you overtake them because remember, they are very egocentric. Because of the way they were nurtured, their ego is the one that rules their person. Actually, in this sense, for the sake of the psychology students, let us say in this case, it's the super ego that runs the show. They are very egocentric. They may not agree with you. And for you who is a victim of a narcissistic sibling, don't enable them. Stand your ground on principles, on the do's and the don't. You need to be very firm on what you decide to do or to say. You need to be a truth teller. Remember, we also talked about the scapegoat who is also the truth teller. You need to say the truth. Now that you are grown up, you need to be firm against the narcissistic sibling. Because you are now of age, you cannot keep living under the shadow, and this will also help other siblings come out of it. Sometimes narcissistic siblings, there is an element of inheritance. It's a gene sometimes that is inherited. I know we say most of the time narcissism is about nurture, but as a child, narcissism can be inborn, in that when you throw tantrums, you are pampered, you are not disciplined. So again, there might be that bit where you need to cut the horns that are growing up. You need to disengage from the narcissistic sibling so that they no longer rule over you. It may be painful because this was your best friend maybe when you were young, but you just have to do that, because sometimes these characters are so entrenched. So you may need to disengage by setting boundaries. Some habits don't change, I keep saying that, so do not support them, don't enable them. They may rage at you for walking away. They may rage at you, these narcissistic siblings, for not coming for family gatherings. They may rage at you for not taking their word as law, or not doing what they say, not going to pick them at the airport, not going to see them when they have a baby, not whatever it is that they have been used to saying and running the show in the family. They may rage at you now that you're grown up and you've had an aha moment. But you know what? Sometimes you just have to do what you need to do. You have to call out that family system. They may have contempt against you. They may think, yeah, now that you have money, now that you're married, you no longer respect them. That is not the point. They are narcissistic. And you may need to work around doing away with them. They may be chronic. They may be chronic and try to triangulate your children, or try to triangulate your family members. In other words, they try to poison people against you, and that is okay. You need to be firm. Sometimes the parents of narcissistic siblings defend them. They say, oh, it's for the well-being of the family. They are the ones who take charge. They're just trying to put us together. They're just trying to gather us together. Because remember, this may be, remember where we talked about that child who does not see anything wrong with the parents? So that may be that child who is now the narcissistic sibling. So again, the parent will not see anything wrong with them, and may want to defend them. The narcissistic sibling is the sibling who, when the parents are gone, they fight for assets, they fight for money, they contend on the will. Clinically, narcissistic siblings are harmful. They can harm you emotionally and even mess up your mental health because of the intricacies that play. They can totally mess up with you because they are toxic, and they can destroy you or even a family on the account of their narcissism. Here is the thing. There are times you need to walk away from family. I don't advocate it. It is a last resort. But where it messes up your mental health, sometimes you actually have to walk away. Now you know. Remember, you got this. Thank you for watching.